Remake Jason.
No!
Oh my!
Ah! I'm gonna walk. Hey now. Welcome everybody to an all new Uneeda horror podcast, whatever day this is uploading. It could very well be a weekday because I'm too lazy to film other videos, or it's Sunday. If it's a weekday, happy weekday. And if it's a Sunday, happy Sunday. Only time will tell. But we are here to rank the Jasons. And before we get into all that mumbo jumbo, of course, I have my co-host with me, Nicholas. Nicholas, how are you doing? What shirt are you wearing, Nicholas? Is that Batman?
It's t-shirt time.
A new Batman. Yes.
Batman.
This is just the God damn it. This is just the Bat logo, and it just says the Batman on it. I did it at Walmart. It was like $8. I was like, hell yeah, I'm gonna buy this. Yeah, not sporting my Curse of Michael Myers hat either. I know you're probably disappointed, but
I liked it when you wear the Curse of Michael Myers hat.
I just people give me shit about it all the time. Like
Fuck
I'm always
them.
wearing that hat.
Fuck
so
them.
Like, well, you know what? We just had the NFL draft too, so you know I'm feeling good. I'm in a good mood. Drinking out of my Freddy vs. Jason cup. I'm ready for this, man.
That you got from Party City.
Actually, Christian, Halloween City. So technically,
Yeah, I got mine from Party City.
it was $2.
Yeah, I can't beat it.
I was like, oh hell yeah. But how are you doing, Christian?
I'm good, man. It was a long freaking day at work. I didn't stop for 12 hours, so I am excited to relax and unwind. I've been thinking about this all day. But before we get there, of course.
Yeah, there's some homeless guy down there. Who's
Well,
that?
you know, I'm excited that Brandon's excited because I could tell when I told him when we were going to do this, I could tell he was like, okay, this is what I'm talking about. Am I right, Brandon?
I'm stoked. I've been excited about this all week, actually, since the last podcast. So I'm ready to go.
All right, what do we have in the background? Let me maximize our screen so I can see. Let me see. Oh, we got, dude. Is that looks like the hockey masks from the Part 5 VHS? Like that style of hockey mask? Is that it?
Correct. The Cooper, I think it's called. But,
You know what that also is? I don't know if you've seen Bloody Mary. That's Trevor Morehouse. Have you seen that movie?
I have not, but I've actually heard good things about it.
Dude,
I can't tell if they're being sarcastic or truthful, but I've heard good things, quote unquote.
You have to see it. It's one of the best, worst ripoffs ever. And it's
Really?
from 2000, and there's a second one, and I think they got like, hey, you better take that damn hockey mask off. From I don't know if it was from Paramount or what. It would no it's talking about. So the second one, it's literally not a hockey mask. It's like a white face thing with just eye holes on it, kind of like that movie Eyes Without a Face. It's like that.
Right.
So the second one is that. But I love Bloody Mary so much.
It's called Bloody Mary. I had to have seen this on shelves somewhere. Isn't there like 3
Bloody
of those
Murder.
movies?
Bloody Murder.
Bloody Murder. That's what it's called, right?
Bloody
right.
Murder.
Yeah.
I found the DVDs at Walmart. They were in like a multi-pack. And I was like, oh, my brother was with me. I was like, oh, Trey, we got to see this. It looks like a Jason ripoff. And the opening to Bloody Murder is hysterical. It's a Jason guy walking through the woods with a chainsaw that isn't even, you can see that it's not turned on. The blade isn't moving, but the chain, you can hear it. And the guy's running through the woods. And the killer's name is Trevor Morehouse. That doesn't scream evil to me.
Oh, that's a good name, though.
Trevor Morehouse.
Trevor Morehouse, yeah.
Yeah, you guys got to see it if you haven't seen it. I fucking love
could dig
Bloody Murder. You got to
Bloody
check
Murder.
that out, man.
All right.
I'm sure it's on Tubi.
I'm going to put that on the itinerary.
So, I mean, everybody can read the title of this so they know what this is going to be, but I'm still not going to say it yet. I just want to ask you guys. I was texting Christian a little bit about this about a half hour or so ago. Was this list like one of the hardest lists you guys have ever done? Because for me, it was.
Incredibly.
It was very difficult.
Here's the thing. My list of Jasons is nothing like my list of movies.
Mm.
Same.
And, I learned a lot about myself by making this list. I learned a lot about myself because I'm taking the actual character, the look of the character, completely out of the context of the movies. And I'm just like, just the look.
Mhm.
And I was shocked that I shocked myself at my list.
Well, also, doesn't it kind of surprise you sometimes? You think about these and you're like, man, I love that portrayal of Jason, and you're like, but the look really wasn't
But the
that
look
good.
is,
yeah. So
Yeah.
it's like, shit, that kind of sucks. And then there's ones that you're like, man, I love that look, but you're like, but that movie's really not that good. So it's just kind of like, it's crazy to do this list and take out the actor entirely. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. This should be interesting.
Yep.
I got my wild berry Pop-Tarts, so I am definitely geared up for this one.
So, just for the preliminary, before we actually get started, I told you guys it's basically 13 Jasons, one Jason for each movie. But since Jason X has 2 legitimate looks of Jason, we're going to include pre-Uber and Uber Jason.
One legitimate, if we're being honest.
And that's fair enough. And
I just mean by opinion. Like, we'll get there. Shut up. I'm done. I'm done.
Brandon, do you have anything to add before we get rolling on this?
I made my list based entirely on like how much Jason frightens me per look. That's how I did my listing. If that makes any sense.
Yeah,
that's what you guys did.
Kind of. I think it's aesthetic for me, which is kind of the same thing. The aesthetic of it,
just visual.
Visual.
Got
which one I would be? You know what, dude? I just gut. It was pure gut choices. Yeah. That's what it is.
It was also like, I guess when I get to the worst, like my worst ones were like, I think the criteria was like, this is the goofiest looking one. This is the weirdest looking one. And then from that, it was just like coolest for me. Yeah. Like, what is the one where I'm like, if I saw that Jason, I'm just like, oh, that's so badass. Like, not even necessarily scary, just like, damn, that's so slick. Like, I feel like that's mine because my top 5 are probably, some of them people are going to agree with. There's going to be other ones that people are like, the hell? So yeah, this is, I don't know. This is going to be exciting. I'm excited. I don't think Christian or you could ever guess mine. Well, I mean, yeah, you could. There's only a certain number of films, but I don't think you're going to be able to know like which is my favorite. I really don't. I was surprised. I was like, there's no way this is my favorite. There's no way, but it is.
Nice.
It's going to be interesting. What's crazy is my number 1 on my list right now. I've never said this before that I think this is the best look of Jason, but I have it because I was talking to my wife and she was like, I think you're right. So this is going to be fucking crazy. But you said something that reminded me. So this is what I want to do. We're about to do our rankings of the looks of Jason's. There's 3 of us. So this is what I need you, the audience, to do on the YouTube side of this. I want you, when you finished watching this video, to say whose ranking you agree with. Now, obviously, there's a strong chance your list is going to be different from any 3 of ours. But whoever you agree with the most, I want you to say Team Christian, Team Nick, or Team Brandon. Whoever of us gets the most votes gets to pick an episode in the future of any topic that they want to do. So if Nick wins, he gets the most votes. Nick is going to be able to pick whatever topic he wants to do on this podcast. If I win, of course, I get to pick whatever topic I want to do on my podcast. And I could do something excruciating just to punish Nick. I could find something funny if that's the case. But Brandon, you're a guest, but fuck it. If you win, not that I'm saying you would never come back on the podcast again anyway, but if you win, you not only get to come back on the podcast again, but you get to pick the topic for us to talk about.
All right.
So I thought that was something, we could, make it interesting. So fuck it. Let's get rolling.
How can I buy your guys' vote today? Everybody listening, let me buy your vote.
Shit, right? Okay, so as you can see, here is the 3 tiers. Now,
here we go.
Again, we're gonna. This is what I was gonna do. Obviously, it's gonna make more sense to start with least favorite and then go to our favorites. That way, the suspense builds up more. So, I have our 3 names: CHH, Lost River Drive-In, and Tabata Vision, and I have 3 of each Jason down here.
Nice.
So, what we're gonna be able to do is Well, I say that. There should be more in there.
That looks about
Anyway.
right. Yeah.
It is, doesn't it? Yeah, you're
think
right.
so.
Anyway,
Yeah.
we'll figure it out. But anyway, so we're gonna start with our least favorite, and then work our way up to our favorite. So, who wants to go first? Does
Give me
anybody want to go first?
Give me
Okay,
it.
go right
I-
ahead.
All right. So I feel like I'm not. This probably isn't a popular opinion, though. I don't know. My least favorite look has got to be Jason Goes to Hell, and for me, I mean, it's not just that you don't see a lot of Jason, because Christian, we talked about it, and he was like, we're basing it purely off of when you see Jason. I don't like the hair. I don't like the bubbly look on his head, all around his head, and I just don't like it. I don't like the look in Jason Goes to Hell, and I almost feel like Kane was a little too big in this movie. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was like extra shit they had on, or maybe he gained a few lbs, or what it was. I don't know. I don't like the look. So Jason Goes to Hell for me.
He had a pretty thick suit on because he was pretty lean. You get to see him in the movie, not as in costume, and you could tell he's in really good shape.
Yeah. So that's me.
Okay. Brandon, I'll let you go last. My least favorite look of Jason has got to be baby Jason. I mean, of all the great looks of Jason, how could baby Jason be anywhere near the top? I mean, there's really not much makeup to begin with except the droopy face. There's nothing going on. It is. I love the sequence. It's iconic. But I mean, ranking the looks of Jason, I can't have baby Jason very high.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, dead last is Ari Lehman's baby Jason.
Same. I have my trusty list pulled up right here, and number 13 is Kid Jason. So, same.
Okay. Wow.
Man.
So me and Brandon are agreeing so far. I have stuff to say about Jason Goes to Hell, though. When I get to it, I will address it. But Nick, you're number 12 in the lists of Jasons.
Baby Jason. And people might go, how could you put him above an actual, like, I don't know, grown Jason? Maybe it's just the one moment from the end of the first movie that I just felt is just like very powerful and creepy the first time I saw it. So I'm gonna go baby Jason. Guys, if we don't argue a lot, this is gonna go by way too fast. So we really gotta, so
This one, it's like, I just want to make this clear too. Like, the context of baby Jason in the movie is perfect. I love it. It's great. Yeah. But I mean, this is purely just on the looks of the characters outside of the films. So if you love the look of baby Jason, that's fine. I get, more power to you.
Don't.
But for me, there's so many iconic looks of Jason, hockey mask, tater sack, all that stuff, adult Jason, that the baby, it's just in context of what we're doing, it's just a messed up face. It's a mongoloid kid. So I think some people can understand that's why he's going to be probably pretty low in everybody's lists. I think. I could be wrong. I don't know.
Yeah, because I like every Jason's look. Is some I like more than others. So it's not like I hate this look versus I love this look. It's like, bottom tier versus top tier.
Right. Okay, so coming up next for me, I'm going to say this because this shit's going to hit the fan. I already know this. Just to be clear, I fucking love every look of Jason from this point out. I really do. There's no look of the character that I don't love. But my second to last, as much as I love it, is Roy Burns.
Wow.
I mean, I love it. What do I say? There's so many looks of this character that are great. In context, blue chevrons, awesome. Blue coveralls, awesome. Love it in the movie. It's perfect for the movie. But I'm going off of the looks of the character. So what can I say? I've got to have Roy Burns at my second to last. I don't know. That's my number 12. So, Brandon, where are we heading on your end of the woods?
Next for me at number 12 is going to be Sackhead Jason from part 2.
Oh,
and I realize that's going to piss a lot of people off, but I love the look. I'm just not a huge, as much as a fan of the look as the rest of the Jasons. So
how big of a fan are you of the film though? Just out of curiosity.
Uh, it's I like all the movies in the series, but part two just kind of it's too short for me. I don't really know what the runtime is, but that movie feels like it just goes by. I'm just like, well, that was quick, so it just feels too short.
I think it's
Doesn't
like
really give me.
87 minutes or something like that. Yeah, it's not very long.
Yeah, I
I've
don't get the
grown to-
satisfaction from that movie like the other ones. I'll say
I've
that.
grown to really, really, really love part two because it's the only one to me that actually feels like a sequel to Sean's film. The tone of that movie, it felt very, very, very similar. Which that's Sean's protege, so I understand that now. But I love part two. That I used to not watch it for the longest time because it wasn't the hockey mask. I was the atypical Friday fan where I just wanted to watch Hockey Mask Jason. Didn't care about Pamela, which I fucking love Pamela now. Didn't care about Pamela. Didn't care about Potato Sack Jason. Now I love him, but that's probably my least watch one over all of them. I guess
Part two was my favorite for a long time. Not
Mhm.
anymore, but it really was. I think maybe it's just because when I was, that's when Jason was introduced. So I just felt like by default I had to love that one the most. I don't know.
Yeah, Brandon, did you get the Scream Factory box set?
I did, and I fell in love with that thing. I think I like that better than the Halloween box set from them.
Well, did you watch the special features for part two where you got to see the extended shots and stuff that were edited out? Or the Carl Fullerton effects reel that was said to be lost forever?
Probably. It's been a while since I dove into that box set, a few years, but I think I must have watched it because I exhaustively watched like every disc in that series. So,
well, they showed Alice, right? Adrian King. They show Alice get stabbed by Jason, but then it cuts. But in the effects reel that they show, she turns and looks at the camera after she's stabbed in the head with the spike. You know, a spike goes in her head, then it cuts. Well, they show the extended shot of that and the shish kebab death scene. That was a legend. Like they showed that. It was incredible. It was really, really cool getting to see all that.
yeah.
So that was a big deal, man.
But it was just a reel, right? Like they didn't put the cuts back into the film, right?
Fans did, but you know the fans are they're rabid, that kind of stuff. But they just put it on the special features of part two.
Yeah, I need
with
to watch
no
that
audio either. There's no audio on it, but it's creepier with no audio too.
Bastards. Yeah.
Oh man. Okay, so it is now time for 13, 12. We are at number 11 on the looks of Jason. Where are we going, Nick?
Gotta be Jason X pre-Uber.
Wow, pre-Uber.
Yeah.
Before Uber?
Yeah. Yeah, I
Wow.
do. I just don't like it. I don't like the shape of the mask. I just don't like it. I think it looks really cheap. And maybe that's because most of the money for the look went into Uber Jason. So when they were like pre-Uber Jason, it's like, oh, we'll just throw on whatever. I wouldn't say it's like horrible, but I've never been a fan of it. And I don't even think of that look when I think of Jason X, to be honest with you. I don't think most people do. So, yep, pre-Uber.
Brandon, are we simps for this franchise? Because I think me and you both say we like every look. I really do like every single look of Jason.
Every look is good.
I would say from 10 on, I like every single one, but my bottom three, I would say, I mean, I wouldn't even say I hate pre-Uber. I just, comparatively, I mean, when you're comparing it to some of the looks that we got in other movies in the series, I feel like it does pale in comparison. I mean, it's the same way with what we were doing last week. You know, there's some bad Myers masks. I don't think they're god awful, but whatever.
Yeah. I have no problem admitting I think Brand doesn't either. I'm a much bigger Friday fanatic than Halloween. I am a simp for Jason. I love the looks of Jason. And I know Brandon is going to have a rebuttal to I already know Brandon's going to have a rebuttal to your complaints about Jason Goes to Hell, because Brandon is going to put continuity to it and you're going to be like, you son of a bitch. But we'll get there. I'm sure
you can make it make sense. It doesn't mean I'm going to like the way it looks.
No, but I as soon as you said it though, I looked at his face. I was like, I know what's going through his mind right now. Okay. So I guess I'm the biggest asshole so far with Roy Burns being so low, but coming in at number 11 for me, I'm gonna follow Nick's suit and have Jason X be my number 11. I like it, but I think the look is cool. When you get to see Jason X once he's in space, you don't really get to see much of it before when it's regular time. I think it's cool in context. It certainly has a more. It's interesting. I like it because like Jason kind of has hair still, like he has black hair on top. It's patchy. I don't know. It looks like the video rental store Jason. It looks like the video. That's the only way it looks like Blockbuster Jason. And I think it's charming, but I can't have it very, very high either. So I think Jason X is pretty. I think that's a pretty good spot for him right there at number 11.
This bastard set me up. I say it, and he goes, "Free Uber," and I'm like,
I actually thought you would have picked this Jason after Uber, though. Quite frankly,
"Oh, you're gonna be surprised."
Well, let's see where Brandon goes for number 11.
Number 11. Uber Jason.
Yeah, you son of a bitch.
Yep.
You're a son of a bitch.
And I still love that fucking look, but I have to rate it lower than the ones you guys just rated. Regular Jason X.
I got a problem with this, Brandon. I need you to explain. Uber Jason is pimp. Okay, I need you to explain to me how Uber Jason is not cooler than regular. I've got to hear this. We haven't gotten to your Jason X yet, but right. I can't wait. I've got to hear this.
I love the look of Uber Jason. My reasoning is you could take most of these Jasons and transplant them to other films in the series and it would work. You can't take Uber Jason any other movie in the series and have it work, if that makes sense.
That's the beauty of it.
If you saw this guy running around Final Chapter, you'd be like, "What the hell is this nonsense?" This is like
okay. Now hold on, Brandon. Let me just roll the dice at you.
Devil's advocate.
Devil's advocate. You said this is based on how freaky Jason is to you, right? Now, hold on. I want you to close your eyes and I want you to imagine you're in a fucking square room with no doors anywhere. You open your eyes and you see fucking Uber Jason with them Freddy Part 2 fucking devil eyes staring right at you, and he's coming. You're done. You are fucked. You understand me? You're fucked, Brandon.
For some reason, I feel like being trapped in a room with Uber Jason, there'd be like an Eiffel 65 song playing or something.
So be it.
Some kind of techno song playing.
So be it. All right. So Brandon comes in with Uber Jason, breaking my heart at number 11.
Had to be done.
So now we're going to number 10. And this is, I'm sure at this point, all of us are going to be like, what the fuck with everybody's choice. But Nick, where are we going with number 10?
Number 10 is going to be not Jason, Roy Burns.
Okay, I'm down with that. Oh,
I like the blue. I like it. It's not bad at all. I never minded the look. I like how it differentiates itself from actual Jason in subtle ways. But yeah, it's cool. It's cool.
It's just when you take it into context with the looks outside, it's not less than, so to speak, but I guess it is.
It just almost feels like sacrilegious too. If you're like, I'm gonna put Roy Burns how high over all these looks of Jason? Like I couldn't do that.
Some people will, I promise you.
Yeah. That's number 10.
All right. So Roy Burns comes in at number 10 for Nick. And for me at number 10, shit, I'm scared to say this. Actually, no, I'm not. For me at number 10, coming in slightly higher than Jason X, is Uber Jason.
Oh, what the Uber Jason? He made this big of a deal to you, Brandon.
What in the hell?
Hey, hold on, no, Nick. My complaint was that he had Jason X over Uber Jason. My Uber Jason is over my Jason X.
That's true.
Dude, there's so many great fucking looks of this character. It's like I had to put Uber somewhere, and this is where he is. Will I agree with this list in the morning? Fuck no, I'm not. Will you agree with your list in the morning? Probably not. You'll at least have one or two changes. Am I right?
Oh, yeah. I have arrows on my sheet of paper where I was like, okay, switch this with this. Like, yes, I was already doing that. Yep.
Oh shit, Brandon, I'm listening. I'm sure you're about to piss me off. Where are you going for number 10?
Number 10. Where the fuck are we? Remake Jason. Number 10.
No!
Oh my!
Ah! I'm gonna walk. Are you kidding me?
I'm not.
Fuck, dude, that's a beast. That's Derek.
My
I'm not-
problem, I don't like the way the hockey mask looks. It's too bloated, and I don't like the long blonde hair. I don't like it. I'm sorry.
Dude,
I
it's
can't
just
do it.
stringy. That's like realism.
I can't do it. I can't do it. I love it, but I can't do it.
Dude,
Christian, to make it
like...
worse, he's got this higher than Roy fucking Burns.
Ah! Dude, I'm gonna
Yeah.
walk. Brandon's gonna make me. Nick's not gonna make me walk tonight. Brandon's gonna make me leave my fucking room and go fucking take a piss.
Oh, it's gonna get a lot worse. It's gonna get a lot worse than that.
Dude. All right, so Brandon, no, honestly, Brandon, like it's cool. Like I like you enough now where I'm not gonna get verbally assaulting to you. But do you like the remake? You said you like the remake, right?
The remake is probably it's not my least favorite, but it's probably the second or third least favorite in the series. I still like the movie, but I'm just not.
I think
as
it's in my.
into it as the
Yeah.
rest.
I think this is like my fourth or fifth from the bottom, which I guess isn't that bad, you know.
It's eons better than the fucking Nightmare remake, in my opinion. But I know a lot.
Leave Nick alone. Me and Nick agree that Freddy's good in that movie.
Objectively, it probably is better than the Nightmare remake, but I have more fun with the Nightmare remake. Also, I feel like the dialogue's a little bit better in the Nightmare remake. Try to defend the dialogue in Friday the 13th. You can't. It's awful. It's awful.
I can't defend him a lot in that remake, actually.
You know what's great though in that Jason remake is the first 15 goddamn minutes. About as good as the franchise has to offer.
Yeah, some of the best. That was like a greatest hits at the very beginning. But that's the problem with that. That movie, I think, peaked in the beginning, and then it could never reach that again. Like,
also, sorry, Nick, go ahead. Cut you off.
I was just gonna say the burning in the sleeping bag. Like that moment
That's
right
money.
there, I'm like, this
Hardcore.
movie is gonna kick ass, and I just don't think it ever reached that again.
But you agree that the look of Jason, though, Nick, and the remake
fucking love
is
it.
dude, Brandon,
you're gonna find it a lot higher on my list.
Brandon, dude, look, are you fucking with me? Can we do your list for real? Can we start over?
I think that if he hadn't had the super long hair and he didn't have such a bloated neck, similar to Part 3, I would have ranked it higher.
Dude,
and also,
if you have Part 3 low on your list, dude, I'm shutting my computer off. Just hold it.
Okay. Also, side note, Sackhead Jason in the remake is 10 times scarier than Sackhead from Part 2. I'm just gonna put that out there.
I would agree with that.
Yeah. But I just think that's Derek Mears. He's more imposing. I don't know. He's just a fucking scary dude.
Okay. Son of a bitch. Brandon, you are...
The wheels have officially come off.
It's gonna get worse. It is gonna get worse.
You are like giving me fucking body blows right now, dude. I'm actually liking Nick's list more than yours right now. Why? Because Nick's list looks more similar than yours. Okay.
I have a feeling that'll stay that way, Christian. I think his list is going to be the one that is the controversial one here, which makes for a fun time. So
this is not what I expected, damn it. Okay, no, Nick, where are you going for number 9?
Number 9 is going to be Ken Kersinger's Jason from Freddy vs. Jason.
Okay.
I remember when this movie came out, man, a lot of people praised the look of Jason in this movie. And going back and watching this movie, it's not bad, but I don't think it's great. I mean, he got the droopy eye thing that kind of stands out. I really don't like that. I don't know. I just feel like the look it's just weird. It's not bad. I do like it. I can't stress that enough. I do like it. It doesn't take away from anything, but I honestly think Kersinger's performance is worse than the look. I'll just say that, but I don't think the look is a home run or anything. So
was it me or was Jason's skin like almost like frostbite black?
It
was disgusting. Yeah.
You know, that's what I really liked. Obviously, I haven't said it yet either. So I like that look too. But okay, that's a respectable spot for that look, I think. So where am I going next? My number 9. I fucking love the movie. I'm wearing the goddamn shirt, but Garden Glove Jason can't be too high on my list. I'm just saying. So Garden Glove Jason from Part 6 is taking the next spot on old CHH's list. I like it. I like it a lot. From this point on, quite frankly, actually from Roy, I love all these. It's literally picking my favorite kids, okay? So don't be shaking your goddamn head at me on my show.
I'm
Brandon.
disgusted. I'm disgusted.
Dude, I love Jason Lives. You know what it is? Like, I love this movie. I really do. I think it's brilliant. I think Tom was way ahead of his time. It's the garden gloves and the tool belt. I'm just like, and maybe it's supposed to be goofy. And if it is, then the joke's on me. But it's a little too clean. I love the hockey mask. The hockey mask is I love it. But the outfit is a little too clean for me from where he was. He was in the ground. I don't know. That's my nitpick, and that's what I decided to do. But again, look, I love all these from this point on. Part 6 is one of my all-time favorites now. Fucking love it. But I don't know, guys. Where else am I supposed to put Part 6? You guys tell me. All right?
I can't tell you.
I'm going to find out sooner or later.
Yeah.
But I could see I pissed Brandon off. So he's about to say something I already know it. He's about to light my ass up right now with his number 9.
No, this one won't be too bad. This one is just pre-Uber Jason X.
Okay.
That's where I'm putting this one.
Pre-Uber Jason X.
Almost middle of the road.
A little too high for my
Yeah.
No, I think that's fair. So let's recap where we have right now for everybody listening. So far, my list as follows, from least to beast. Baby Jason, Roy, pre-Uber Jason, Uber Jason, and Part 6. Nick has decided to really piss me off with Jason Goes to Hell at dead last.
Yes.
Baby Jason, pre-Uber Jason, Roy Burns, then Freddy versus Jason. And completely blowing my mind is Brandon Tabato with Baby Jason, Steve Dash's Jason, Uber Jason, the remake, and then Jason X. So God bless it. This is fucking nuts. Oh my God. So now we are going to 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. We're going to number 8, and the shit is about to hit the fan. Where are we going with number 8, Nick?
I feel like this is going to be another stake driven into your heart.
Oh God. I do not say Jason Takes Manhattan.
But number 8 fittingly is number 8. Jason.
Oh, fuck.
Son of a bitch.
Yes.
God damn it.
Uh-huh.
I'm listening. I'm listening. Explain yourself.
Like I said, at this point, we're splitting hairs. I don't dislike a single look of any of the Jasons in this movie from this point forward. But if I had to pick, man, I don't know what it is. I don't know if I don't like the overly wet look the entire movie. I don't know.
The slime?
And I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if it's like, it's not even that I don't like it. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's the image of naked Jason in the sewer that's burned into my brain that I can't get out. I don't know. But
that Jason was excluded from this list.
I know. But
that one would be pretty high up too if he was on here.
I got to go Takes Manhattan.
Damn it, Brandon. What's going on? Baby? I mean, Jason Takes Manhattan? Dude, that's an all-timer.
Damn it. Is it the yellow mask, Christian? Is that what, or not Christian, Nick, is that what it is? Is it the yellow mask?
I think Nick just he really didn't know where to put this one because he likes them all from this point. I think that's
kind of what I'm trying to say, because at this point that I'm looking at my list, I'm like,
That's
pretty
true.
damn good, pretty damn good, pretty damn good, pretty fucking awesome. I'm just kind of like, like I would say Jason Takes Manhattan, pretty damn good. Like I don't really have complaints with it. That's why I was struggling when I'm sitting here like, what is it that I don't like about it? I don't fucking know. It's not even that I don't like it. I'm splitting hairs right here. So
all right. So let's start seeing where we're going. Okay, so my next one, what is this, number 8?
Mm-hmm.
My number 8, I got Freddy vs. Jason coming up next. I think it's a good look. I agree that the performance is the Frankenstein deal. It could have worked in a different movie, but not in a movie where he's got to fight Freddy. Of course, I agree with that. It's a little too odd. But I like the big overcoat. It looks very 2003-ish. But I like it. I like it a lot. I like the hockey mask. I like like we talked about the frostbite skin, his like black head on it. It's just like frostbitten. I think it's a good imposing look. I think that's a big son of a bitch. I like the look of Jason and Freddy versus Jason. I like the look of Jason better than Freddy in that movie, quite frankly. Freddy's makeup was a little too smoothish and that kind of stuff for my taste, but yeah, I think that's fair. That's where I've got Freddy versus Jason at number 8. So Brandon, if you let's see.
Part 3.
Part what?
Oh.
Ah, fuck! Are you kidding me?
Not
Richard
even.
Brooker?
I had to do it. It had to be done.
Dude, this was the worst idea ever. I'm gonna have a coronary. Part 3?
I can
At number
explain.
8?
I can't explain.
I can't wait. Let me kick my fucking feet back for this shit.
I will not like Chris, like Nick said. From this point on, I like all the looks. It's just some are better than others. And with this look, I get it's the classic hockey mask look. The mask is too clean for my taste, and I don't like how thick his neck looks in part 3. It's not like that in part 4 or 6 or 7. And the hunchback thing is just I just do not. I don't like the hunchback thing at all.
Okay.
So as far as the visual aesthetic goes, part 3's got to be
Devil's advocate.
Okay.
When that motherfucker is looking out the window, that is fucking nightmare fuel.
Hissing.
Am I wrong or am I right, Brandon?
It's a good gag. I like it, but his look, his unmasked look in 3 is a little bit too Quasimodo.
Dude, it's terrifying. Hold on.
And I thought part 4 was such a better. I'm not going to go there because part 4 is I can't say where that is. But unmasked in part 4 I thought was far superior to 3.
Look, Brandon,
Tell me I'm wrong.
I'm about to tell you you're wrong. And I'm not even telling you where this is on my list. Look at this fucking thing, Brandon. Look, this is Jason. Look at that nasty son of a bitch.
You know what's funny? I think that bust looks better than he actually does in part 3.
No, it's impossible. He's a fucking stud in part 3. Look at that. Look, dude, look at this. Look at this classic hockey mask made by Pizzow. Look at this thing. Or painted by Pizzow. He didn't make the mask. This is Jason, and you have it at number 8.
Number 8.
Okay, whatever,
Right.
man. You're the one that's got to try to go to sleep tonight, not me.
I know.
Nick, we need. I can't believe. I can't. You know, Nick is usually the guy to piss me off, and Nick is in my good graces tonight. I just didn't see this coming. Of all people, Brandon is the one that turning on me.
My subscribers are already leaving. Dropping like flies, man.
Obviously, Brandon, you're being a very good sport. I'm very animated. I'm having a good time. This is fun, but your list really, I had you going a certain way. I had your list in my head. I did, and I didn't think it was my list, but this is. I'm shocked. I'm shocked. I tell you,
it'll get weirder. I promise.
Okay, number 7 from Nick. Nick's gonna make another solid choice. I feel it. Nick, what is your number 7?
Number 7 is going to be Jason Lives.
Okay, I'm down with that.
Tomorrow, if I did this list again, Manhattan would probably jump Jason Lives, and then the next day, Jason Lives would jump Manhattan again. I like it. I like it. There's nothing really. Like you said, I think that maybe part of the look was supposed to kind of be a little self-aware and goofy because the movie is that way. And I don't dislike it. I just don't love it.
It's
not.
Good. It's good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Like, I don't really have any issues with it.
Yeah, I just to kind of talk about this for a second. I really did. Maybe Brandon can understand this, or Nick, quite frankly. For a long time, I just didn't like. I almost didn't want to like this movie, and I don't know what it was.
Oh yeah, I understand.
I think it's because it was a lighter shade of gray, and it was. I really think I was hyper focused on why did Jason decide to put on a belt and wear garden gloves? Something about that just like threw me off, and I was so hyper focused on it, I wasn't seeing the movie. And now I love it. I think it's one of the most it's one of the most popcorn fun, accessible ones. Like if I ever have a kid, that'd probably be the first one I'd want to show them. is Jason Lives. I love it now, and Tom Matthews is in it. And I'm a Return of the Living Dead fanatic, so it's like, Christian, what are you talking about? And one day I watched it probably 2 years ago, and I'm like, what the fuck was wrong with me? I love this movie. It's got the coolest soundtrack with all the cool Alice Cooper songs in it. I think Jason is a bad son of a bitch in it. He's great. I really love this movie now, and I think the poster is at least top 3 of the franchise. It could be the best poster. I love it. I got this shirt. I when I was at Texas Frightmare, I saw somebody had this shirt, and I was like, I'll take 2. You know, so I think that, see, me and Nick's list, look at them. They're like, we've had a lot of the same ones already. That's crazy. And Brandon's list down there is a gut punch, a shot in the head, a temple bullet. The Jason remake was literally like somebody stabbing my Achilles tendon. But anyway.
Yeah.
Number 7 for me. You know, there's a lot of great looks at Jason, and this is where the buck stops for Tater Sack Jason. Good look, but I think Tater Sack Jason is going to go right there at number 7. Good look. I like it. I think this Tater Sack is haunting, scary, ominous. But yeah, it's number 7. That's where I'm going to have Tater Sack Jason. Great film. Love the film. Love it. Tater Sack Jason. And I like the undermask too. You only see it for a brief moment, but I'm a mongoloid look fan guy. Like, I like the mongoloid look as much as zombie Jason, quite frankly. So here we go, Brandon. I'm listening.
I'm on pins and needles right now.
7 for me is going to be Freddy versus Jason. That's where 7's going.
It's a little too high, in my
Too
opinion.
high, yeah.
I'm fucking with you, Brandon. Look at Brandon, dude. Brandon, the crazy thing was when Brandon said Baby Jason with me, I was like, okay, me and Brandon are on the same page. Nick is going to be the psychopath. Me and Nick have been more consistent with each other than me and Brandon, and I'm just shocked. But this is okay. You need to get this one out of here eventually. So, I mean, it's Freddy versus Jason. I mean, come on. Am I right, Brandon?
I don't hate the look that much. I mean, I like it better than the other ones before it, obviously. But my biggest gripe about that look in that film is obviously the Kane Hodder's not the Jason. I'll go there. I know that's the common thing to say, but the look is okay. Like Nick said, that the eyes a little bit too droopy. He's a little bit too much of you feel bad for him a little bit in the film. So I think it's kind of a mistake. But the look is pretty good.
They make him come across like he's a fucking dumbass, like, and it makes you like sympathize with him in a way that you shouldn't, in the way of that you're like, oh, he's just so dumb, he doesn't know what he's doing. It's like, no, Jason's not dumb, he's a psychopath. Like, he's not dumb. And I don't know what it is. It's just the look, like, even with the super droopy eye, it's just like, oh, poor Jason.
It's almost like a Scooby-Doo Jason, you know? Yeah. It's almost like, why make Jason sympathetic? It's like, he's a fucking mass murderer. We should feel bad for the people getting killed, but then again, I guess they're smart enough to know we're not gonna do that.
It's done in a better way. Like, you want to root for Jason against Freddy because Freddy's a child killing pedophile, but like, it could have been done in a better way, I think, than the route they took.
I had an idea. My thing was for Jason to just, like, let's say they were shutting down Crystal Lake and they were excavating the entire camp facility. They were just like cleaning it. Let's just say like they're gonna start building fucking buildings and malls that, like, they're just completely getting rid of the lake. Well, Jason leaves. He has to leave. He leaves and he ends up in Springwood somehow. He just fucking traveled there. I mean, nothing makes any less sense than the movie they gave us anyway. And he starts killing everybody in the town. But because the kids are already taking Hypnosil because the parents want them to forget about Freddy, Jason's killing kids left and right at nighttime, breaking into houses, and the parents think it's Freddy, so they start talking about Freddy, and Freddy's like, what the F is going on? So he finds out Jason's killing people. So then you got 2 villains. Boom. Like, I think that would have been cooler in my mind. Yeah, I mean, maybe Crystal Lake is a little bit far from Springwood, but who gives a shit? He walked there anyway, right? In Freddy versus Jason.
Yeah, that would have sort of put Freddy in the anti-hero position of that film because he would have kind of come into not save the day, but that kind of thing. Sort of like
Yeah,
what
like, hey, fuck off. This is my
Right.
turf, which I kind of is what they were doing, but I don't know. No Kelly Rowland. That would have made the film a
No.
hell of a lot better.
Fuck no.
Oh shit.
Plus,
Okay.
we need to give props to the Jason at the end of Freddy versus Jason because when he's all bloody and the mask is all scratched up and he's coming out of the lake with Freddy's head, that shit's awesome.
It's good. It's good. Yeah.
Not better than Remake Jason, but yeah, it's good.
I would agree with that. Okay. So Nick, this is are we halfway done? What is this? Number 6?
Yes, we're at 6.
Okay. I'm listening.
Well, number 6. This is going to be a gut punch to Christian. I'm sorry, but nah, I'm just fucking with you. It's Tater Sack.
Wow. Look at me and Nick go.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a creepy Jason for sure. I really do. This was definitely intimidating in my younger years. And for something so simplistic to be so effective, almost similar to like the original Myers mask in Halloween. It's just like a white blank slate, but it's effective. I don't know. I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah. Well said. Well said. Hey, has anybody seen The Town That Dreaded Sundown? That movie from the 70s?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Did they rip it off? Do you think was it like a pure rip off, or was it just there were also other movies that probably had a
They'd probably call it an homage, but yeah. I think it was heavily influenced.
I love it. Yeah, I love that movie too. Good remake too. Town That Dreaded Sundown. That's actually a damn good remake. I should have put that in my remakes for the remake episode. Of course, when we got done with that episode, I had so many remakes that I thought about that I was like, "Fuck, this should have been in there. This should have been there." Because I love the Town That Dreaded Sundown remake, probably as much as the original. But okay. Let's see. Number 6. Let's see. I'm sure this will piss off Brandon. Okay, no, it's not. I think this is respectable. I think Brandon can respect this at number 6. My number 6 is Jason Goes to Hell. Now, I will say this, Nick. The reason Jason is puffy is because of all the water he absorbed from Jason Takes Manhattan. That's why Jason Goes to Hell is puffy. He absorbed water. You know, when they pull up dead bodies out of the water, they puff up. That's what that was. It's clear as day.
Yeah. I mean, logistically speaking, absolutely. I still think it looks wonky.
Now, hold on, though, Nick. Hold on, though, Nick.
What's going on?
You do have to admit that is fucking sick. I mean, look at that son of a bitch.
That looks better than the movies does, though.
Well,
I genuinely believe that.
Oh, it's obviously way more well defined and less super poofy. But
I don't know. Part of it too is I don't know. I mean, I try to take everything else out of me, like how I weigh these things. But Jason screaming as he's getting shot.
Dude, that's fucking badass.
I don't know, man. I'm not a fan.
Dude, you'd scream too if you were getting blown up to smithereens.
I would. I'm also not Jason Voorhees. I don't know. Like I said, you guys could make it make sense to why it looks the way it does. I'm not going to argue with you.
I think it's like just like I try to find the word to describe the look for Jason Goes to Hell. It's just like he's got like a tan costume on, tucked in shirt. He looks like a water swollen zombie what do you call those things from Evil Dead? Deadite. He looks like a deadite, I guess, is what, like, he looks like the pit bitch. She's got the same kind of skin and stuff, and I love that. So I like the Evil Dead kind of thing. That makes me really like that Jason a lot.
Christian, here, I this is my one mulligan. Go ahead and flip Kid Jason, and Jason Goes to Hell. I'll give it one. I will give it one spot above that, because I cannot, in good conscience, say that it is better than the child look. I cannot do that. I was thinking about it as I was doing this list too, and I can't say that. I tried to convince myself, but I can't.
I swapped Jason Goes to Hell, and so we all have Baby Jason dead last.
Poor guy.
It's really Kid Jason, but Baby Jason's easier
Yeah.
to say for some reason.
Look how shocked he is about that too. He's just like, oh fuck.
Now, Brandon,
Well,
do you respect my Jason Goes to Hell placement?
I can dig it.
I got a feeling Brandon's gonna go like number 1 with Jason Goes to Hell, and I don't know.
Brandon, whenever you do get to Jason Goes to Hell, whatever you like to add to your continuity,
All right.
feel free. But you are up for number 6.
Number
and
6.
Dude, you haven't said. Wait a minute. That's Nick that hasn't said Uber Jason yet. Wow. Now, Brandon, if you say fucking, I don't know. If just go, Brandon.
Number 6 is going to be Roy Burns.
Roy Burns at number 6.
And it's not Jason, so I guess I'll point out that technicality. But as far as that look goes, I like it better than all the other looks I have below it. I think it's fantastic.
I've got a major problem with that. Brandon. He's blue. He's just got a blue suit.
I love it.
It's a blue suit, Brandon.
fact
You
he's wearing
scared of that?
It's not even really scared. Like I said that earlier, but it's kind of like what Nick said. Like Jason's always been cool, so I rank him as far as like, I guess you could put. I always find 1 or 2 looks of Jason scary in the first place, and we'll get to that in a minute. But as far as coolness goes, that same applies. Roy Burns, the blue coveralls, the fact that he's wearing a fake underhood with the blue chevron mask, I think that's just awesome.
He was way ahead of his time in the mask collecting game.
Exactly, man. Silicone and everything.
Here's the thing, Brandon. By your logic, and now you're changing your logic on me, because Nick, correct me if I'm wrong. He said this is which Jason
scary. Yeah,
out.
he said it.
Now I'll say this, Brandon. Roy Burns can probably kick my ass. But boy, goddamn it, he's gonna have to kick my ass.
Yeah, he ain't scary.
Because I will say, all right, man, let's go. I will throw the fuck down with Roy Burns, and I will at least get 3 clean shots in before he stabs me or kills me.
And true, and I agree. But I'll talk shit and say that I only think 2 looks are scary. All the other Jasons would kill me for sure, but I don't think they're scary either. You know what I mean?
Okay.
We'll get to the
feel
scary
you.
one.
Fair enough. I feel you. I feel you. Okay.
They're cool as hell, though. I want to have a drink with them, but they're not really scary.
Fair enough. Okay. Number 5, Nicholas. Where are we going for number 5?
Top 5. Well, this bad boy had a good run, but this is where it goes. Uber.
All right.
It's going to be higher than most people, so I don't expect to get a lot of votes for my list, honestly. I can't deny that this was just so cool for the time. It was such a risk, and it was so different. And Brandon said it best earlier. But the inverse of how he felt about it is how I felt about it. Like, well, you take this one out of this movie, and it really doesn't fit anywhere else. I love that about it. That look is married to that movie, and that movie is a batshit wild ride that isn't particularly good, but it's so fun.
It is.
And I love that look. That look is just iconic to me. Like fucking Schwarzenegger, and that's like a T-1000 fuck Jason, and they had a baby, and it was missing some parts, but enough of it was there, and you could tell who the parents were, and I love it. I love it.
So my wife, I was telling Sydney, I was like, Sydney, I'm making my Jason list. I need help. I was like, what would be dead last? And she goes, Uber Jason. I was like, what?
Jesus Christ.
Like, what? I was like, well, what's the best Jason look of Jason? She's like, of course it's part 2. I was like, what?
Wow.
Are you serious? Dude, she is nuts. But it's great to see Uber Jason so high. I wanted to put him high, but part of me was telling myself, and I still could very well watch Jason X tomorrow and say, dude, fuck me, it's the best look. But like, part of me was just there was that angel and devil on my shoulder, and the angel, take it doesn't matter, the angel or the devil, take whatever one you want to. One of them was telling me, be reasonable. And that's why my Uber Jason was lower. You know,
the other one said, fuck that. Uber Jason kicks ass.
I guess
Because
so.
I'm just telling you, that reveal in that movie, when you see him for the first time, you're kind of like, I mean, we're 10 movies in and we get
I
a
agree.
totally different look of Jason. You're like, damn. Like,
I agree.
yeah, so he made it this far. He made it this far, but he is not numero uno.
Okay, so that was number 5 for you. All right, so at this point, guys, it really is like picking favorite kids. I mean, I've said that already, but like it really is that way. So I have certain aesthetics that I like more than others. So as you can see, my most recent pick was Jason Goes to Hell, the damaged, fucked up Jason. So you could probably guess that my next one, even I'm sure I get it. My next one is New Blood. That's my number 5. I love those looks, but I think they're great. I think part 7 is undeniable at a certain level because it's so gross and he's so demonic and dead looking. Zombie. That's real zombie Jason. Love it. What can I say? I'm gonna leave it right there. That's where I've got my number 5 is New Blood.
Brandon, do you have another stake to drive into Christian's heart?
Dude, I'm half dead already.
Number 5 is going to be Jason Goes to Hell.
I can live with it. You didn't make it number 1. I can live with it.
I'm listening, Brandon.
Okay. My theory was that the reason he's so bloated and stuff and Jason Goes to Hell was that the toxic waste at the end of part 8, melted him basically into almost oblivion. And that's why he looks like that at the beginning of Jason Goes to Hell. I always thought that the hallucination or the image of the little boy at the end of part 8 was a hallucination of Rennie, and that he really wasn't a little boy again. It was probably just Jason floating down there somewhere. And by the time he gets back to Crystal Lake, he's this bloated, mutated, toxic Avenger guy. And I floated this theory on one of the groups I'm on Facebook, and Adam Marcus chimed in. He made it clear that it was a cool theory, but he was making a sequel to part 7, not part 8. So that kind of threw my theory out the window, but I'm like, I can still pretend.
Yeah.
It makes
I
more
will
sense.
say to your first point, though, about kid Jason being a hallucination of Rennie, I always felt that way, too. I never took that literally. I really just felt like that was in that moment. She felt bad for him and pictured him as a helpless, defenseless child.
Yeah.
I never felt like he actually just morphed back into a kid.
Yeah. And it's weird, too, because when I see a lot of people hating on part 8, they use that as a niche. They're like, well, he turns into a little kid at the end. Like, that's so stupid. I'm like, I don't think that was supposed to be like direct. I think that was supposed to be like poetic or whatever the hell you want to call it.
Yeah.
So
I get you. Christian, we're in the top
4. This is what I think we should do. Should we do our 4 and then 3 and then
give our 2 and 1? Yes,
because then we're splitting hairs and the suspense is gone. Okay, let's do that. All right, so Nick, you are at number 4. Let's hear it.
I feel like Christian's going to be upset about this. Although it's top 4. Like, how can you be upset? This is like...
I've already got my mouse on him. I know what you're going to say. Go ahead.
Part 4 is part 4.
Oh, that's actually not what I was going to say.
Yep. I love the look in the final chapter. I mean, I do. Like, this point forward, I fucking love these looks. But no, there are 3 above this. You thought it was Mears, and you were mistaken. It's Ted White. But it's fucking close, man. It's so close. So I won't say anything more.
Wow. Okay. Let me make sure I'm looking at this right. Wow. My number 4 is actually part 4 as well.
Oh.
Holy shit. There are so many doubles down there. Me and Nick very well could have close to the same top 1 or 2. We're going to see.
We will not have the same number 1. I know that.
We'll see.
No,
Okay.
Brandon, number 4.
It looks like we're, for the first time in this video, all in agreements. 4.
Let's go.
4.
That's bingo.
That's weird.
Talk to me about part 4, Brandon.
I don't know what it is about the look. Like it's supposed to be the same, like the next night after part 3, but the look is so much like it's so refined compared to part 3. And Ted White is such he's a beast as Jason. Like he's tall, he's lanky, but he also he has like this quality. He looks built at the same time. He just looks like he would fucking destroy you in part 4. Like he runs like a lot in that film. And the mask just looks better. Like he doesn't have the bloated neck. He doesn't have the hunchback. The way his fingertips are all like the nails are falling off and black. Dude, I fucking love the look of part 4. It's killer. It's killer. As far as human Jason goes, that's the iconic human Jason for me.
Okay. All right. So Brandon, I mean, you kind of redeemed yourself there. You've got so many classics though that are so low. So many beastie ass Jasons that are, I don't know. All right, Nick. So let's do one more each, and then after we do this, then we'll do our top 2. So Nick, your number 3.
This is ironic. Again, number 3 is number 3. Richard Brooker. Look, I don't care. This Jason scared the shit out of me. Like genuinely. I don't know if it was the hunch, but he's so goddamn big. I mean, he is a huge man. And him stalking around the barn, and he like almost looks like he has to be like crouching a little bit because he's so fucking tall.
He's a beast.
And then like him hissing at the window and running at her, and like that
fucks me up. That really does fuck me up. I love that stuff.
And everybody that's listening, if you guys have listened to Crystal Lake Memories, this is my favorite film in the Friday the 13th franchise, which isn't a popular opinion, but it's not my favorite look. But I do fucking love this look, and I thought like this was like pure nightmare fuel as a kid. That look. So yeah, that's number 3.
Okay. My number 3. My number 3 is Remake Jason. I just realized I put Nick's part 3 in my slot. Remake Jason, man. I mean, what the fuck? It's number 3. That is respectable as fuck.
You know what I just realized, Brandon?
What's that?
I was giving you a really hard time about Jason Goes to Hell. Christian hasn't mentioned it yet.
Yeah, I have.
Oh, you have?
Yes, I have. Jason,
Okay,
I mentioned Jason Goes to Hell way before Brandon.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure. Never mind. All right, I'm done.
Okay, so we are at the. Brandon's about to give us his number 3, and then after that, Nick is going to tell us his top 2. Then I'll do mine, and then Brandon will do his.
3 is going to be part 7.
Part 7?
Part 7.
Okay. God damn, Brandon. Are we all going to have one of this? No, we're not, are we? Well, we'll see. I'm confused looking at this, but look at this.
Don't look at it too much.
Look at the range of our number 3s. My number 3 is the remake, and Nick's number 3 is part 3, and then you have one in the middle of the franchise, part 7. Like, that's nuts. That's crazy. That's really cool, though. That shows that these movies all have some stuff that people love in them, like especially the looks of Jason. Wow, that's just crazy to look at. It's just,
Judgment Day.
All right, Nick. What is your number 2 and then your number 1? That way, we're going to know what it is regardless. That's why we may as well here we go.
Ironically, these are 2 films that are in the back half of my franchise ranking. Neither one of these films cracks the top 5 for me. That's how I know that I took this list seriously and just looking at the look and not my bias whatsoever. Number 2 is going to be Derek Mears from the remake. Number 1 is going to be what I think is unequivocally the best look of Jason, Kane Hodder in The New Blood.
Oh, wow. I didn't expect The New Blood.
And neither did I. But when I was putting this list together, I just kept coming back to that look. And it's the zombified yet wet kind of slick with the worn mask that looks it fits his face so right. And I don't know. Maybe maybe it was part of it too is just Kane Hodder. It's his first portrayal as Jason, and he really just brought it, I think. And I think this Jason would definitely have a more lasting impact if the MPAA didn't fucking neuter this movie. But yeah, Derek Mears is number 2, and Kane Hodder from the New Blood is number 1.
Incredible. That's cool. That's cool. I can dig it. So Brandon, I'm gonna let you go last. So I gotta say this before I give my top 2. Obviously, you can see which 2 are mine when you look at the screen. I thought about this long and hard, Brandon. I really did. I told Nick I swapped my list all over the place all day. Okay. I was talking to my wife about this, and I was wanting what I was going to say to my wife, Sydney, like, explain to me what makes more sense. And she never even got to say anything, because as I was describing to her my thoughts on this, I convinced myself of what I wanted to do. What do I think is the best look of Jason? That's the question. That's our question. What is the best look of Jason? I thought about this all fucking day, and I thought to myself, take the movies out of it, take whatever out of it. What is the look of Jason if you were going to fly a banner high for the world to see? And I've never said this to myself before out loud. I don't think I've ever said what I think the best look of Jason is, but I thought about this. The number 1 look of Jason for me at the end of the day is Friday the 13th, Part 3.
Yeah.
That is my number 1. That is the spookiest Jason to me. I love Jason Takes Manhattan. I could wake up tomorrow, Brandon, and tell myself, Jason, you do Jason, because you know me, and I know you. We both love that look.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't get away from Part 3. That is the spookiest. I hear what you're saying. You don't like the Hunchback and all that. That's Jason to me. That is the Jason that haunts my dreams. That's real. That is a real son of a bitch monster. That's the Jason I would put on the banner to show the world. I've never said that out loud before, but I got to go with Part 3. That is my number 1. And right now I feel good about it. So I'm going to stick with it as Part 3, as the unequivocal Jason Voorhees.
All right.
Now, Brandon, I don't know which one you're going to go with 1, because I know you love both of these movies dearly. So I am in anticipation right now.
All right. So for the second to last, I'm going to go with Jason Lives, second to last. When I think about Jason, that's the Jason I think about. That's my classic Jason. But as far as my favorite overall look, it's got to be Jason Takes Manhattan, obviously now. That look is my quintessential Jason. I also think it's the best zombie Jason, and this is the only Jason, maybe one of 2 Jasons, that legitimately makes me uncomfortable and I find frightening. Jason Takes Manhattan Jason feels like a Jason you cannot get away from, and it's not just the teleportation crap he does. He just feels too he's like viscerally creepy in Part 8.
He's too powerful. Yeah.
Yeah.
If he touches you, gets his hands on you, you're done.
Like that scene in the sewer where he's like kind of lollygagging back and forth because he just got sprayed with a toxic waste and his mask is off, and you see him from far away. That shit's nightmare fuel for me.
It's good.
It's JTM by a long shot.
Okay, so it looks like Part 4 was all of our median. We all agreed. It was the only time we agreed, I think. Well, I think me and Nick agreed on Jason X. We were close to agreeing on some. We were back and forth on a couple, but it's crazy. We all agreed on Part 4.
And 1.
Well, Nick changed his mind.
On what?
On Baby Jason.
Oh yeah, but dude, that is literally like flip of a coin for me.
Baby Jason.
I guess the question would be then, to throw just extra gas on this, who's the best actor to play Jason? I mean, if you, regardless of the looks, regardless of the movies they were in, the physical presence they brought to the role. I know the popular opinion is Kane Hodder, and probably because he has 2 of the most iconic, performances with New Blood and Takes Manhattan. but I'm interested to hear if you guys think it's Kane Hodder.
Christian, you want to go first?
Yeah, you can go ahead.
All right, so it's going to be Kane Hodder, but here's my thing about that. If CJ Graham had played in more than one film, it probably would be him because I fucking love his performance as Jason.
Fair
But
enough.
it's got to be Kane Hodder, I think.
And I'm gonna say this is not a popular opinion, but I'm gonna say Brooker.
Dude, he keeps going up my list, up my list. My gut answer is Ted White because he was so angry. But I mean, Kane is my Jason. He is my identifiable Jason. If I was gonna play Jason, I'd want to play it like Kane. But Brooker is so creepy, and Ted is so deadly. Ted is the guy. The way he chases Corey, it's almost like he wants to kidnap him. Especially when they're running back and forth by the stairs.
Yeah.
I mean, it's terrifying. But Brooker is like almost like a ghost.
Mm.
He's like a ghost almost, and they're all so great. I mean, I really like a lot of these guys. I really do.
That really all just comes down to taste at the end of the day.
Exactly,
It
it really
you know, like,
does.
it's because we're splitting hairs with these actors and their portrayals. They're great, but it's just like, do you prefer the more ghostly, ghoulish Jason? Do you prefer the more brooding, badass, if I touch you, you're fucking dead Jason, which is what Kane Hodder is?
Right.
Do you prefer the like you said, Ted White, the almost like creepy stalkerish Jason? Like what do you prefer? I think gun to my head, I would have to prefer Brooker's just kind of ghostly. And maybe that's because, it's ironic. I'm a Myers guy. And Myers from his inception was the same way. Very ghostly, very more like an apparition and not so much a person. I feel like Jason is that in part 3 a lot. And that is like just evident from the opening with the laundry sheets out in the outside what's her face's house in their shop. I can't remember her name, but and then him stalking through, like that's a 10-15 minute sequence before anybody dies. Nobody talks about how dude didn't even wipe his ass. I mean, he was taking a disgusting shit. Didn't even wipe his ass. But yeah, I mean, I just feel like that Jason to me is like, that was the scariest. And it's just, it turned up to 11 at the end where he's just fucking hissing and running and
It's amazing.
Yeah.
And I took all that into consideration too. Unmasked Jason, masked Jason, all that shit. It's weird when I'm looking at my list, I say to myself, why is 3 and 4, why are they not right next to each other? And I really, God, I wish I could explain it. I fucking love, to me, Derek Mears is an even more souped up Ted White. That's the way I see it.
Dude, Derek Mears he plays Jason fucking pissed.
And
I mean,
he said that Ted White was a big inspiration. That's the Jason he was modeling after too.
That is
one
the
of them,
angriest Jason, which is ironic because part of a big plot point for that movie, the main plot point, is that he wants to keep Danielle Panabaker's character alive because she reminds him of his mom. And like, he's like, it's like, this dude, it just seems like a fucking tornado in that movie. Like anybody that came across him, he was going to brutalize you. But like, no, he keeps her alive.
When I first watched that movie too, I was really against that. But as I would go back and watch the movies, I would say to myself, Christian, that really doesn't, like, that kind of makes sense if he reminds him of his mom, because Jenny was confusing him in 2, and it wasn't until he saw his mom's head on the mantle that he's like, oh shit, this is a trick. So I was like, that kind of makes sense, Christian. So why do you hate that? That was my rationale. I guess I was just like, Jason, Kane Hodder would never do that, is my point. So I know I can hear Kane Hodder say Jason would never take a prisoner. He would never do that. So I guess that was where my thought process was. But I think that movie was going to the origins of the character in the first couple movies, I guess. But to me, Derek Mears is a fucking, when he sprints against the dude by the weed plants, that dude, I would just shit and die at the same time.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not even a big fan of that movie. I don't think it's awful or anything, but it's just not one of my favorites. But dude, Derek Mears he's so good.
It's undeniable, that look. Yeah,
the look and the portrayal, I just love it. I mean, I love it.
So Brandon, let's look at your list again. All right, got Uber Jason at number 7. I mean, at number 11. That's fine. So remind me. remind me your problems with the remake Jason. He needed to be bald, right?
He needed to be bald, at least like 1 or 2 tufts of hair, not super long, bright blonde hair. There's too much hair. His neck is too thick, and I wasn't a huge fan of the white wife beater he was wearing underneath the coat. This is
You know what though? To me, Brandon, tell me if I'm wrong. To me, the remake Jason looks like a hard rock version of the Freddy versus Jason. The Freddy versus Jason almost looks like a pop version. Like it looks a little more animated, and then the remake looks like more like a heavy metal hard rock version of that.
Yeah. It was the same writers, right, in both of those films for Freddy vs. Jason and the remake, correct?
Correct.
They must have had some kind of infatuation with this jacket because he never wore the jacket before or after. So,
yeah.
Well, I guess there hasn't been an after, but before those 2 fucking movies.
Yeah, we got Roy Burns at number, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At number 6.
Too good.
Dude, it's like I'm looking at it now. I could probably swap Roy Burns if I needed to, a couple, but I can't do it. This list is finalized.
I didn't bring this up, but the hallucination ghost Jason, whatever you want to call him, in 5 that Tommy sees.
That one's money.
He is fucking killer looking. He almost looks freakier than Ted White. Like it looks a little bit different because I think all the chevrons are gone at that point or whatever.
And, yeah, he's got the ear. You can see the ear, the ear that kind of sticks out a little bit. Yeah, Apparition Jason from Part 5. If I had that on this list, dude, no bullshit, could be top 5 because that look is fucking awesome. It's terrifying. The whole side of his head is blood red, right? Remember when you see him in the mirror? And when he's holding the axe, dude, that Jason's is freaky as fuck.
And you know what? There's also another version because the opening prologue with him coming out of the grave with the worms hanging out of his fucking eyes. That mask is totally different too.
It is. Oh, dude, it's freaky.
They're probably too small to even add to this list. Like they were there for 5 seconds, but they were fucking killer looks.
Nick, any final words on anyone's rankings?
I still can't. I feel like I can't stomach the Mears ranking on Brandon's list.
And again, I like all the Jasons. I think I like all the looks, all the actors, all the movies. It's just that one's got to be that far down.
I understand. I hear you, and he's entitled to it, Christian. I mean, but I just feel like I'm gonna need some like therapy to kind of get through that.
Well, that's why I yell when I get it out of my system.
You know what? If they just given him the green shirt and made him more bald than he is, it would have been killer. Those little things would have fixed the look entirely for me. Yeah. Just give him the long sleeve green shirt and make him bald. It would have been fucking awesome. And the mask again, the mask is a little bit too oval. It's too it doesn't really have the nose. I had that laying around there somewhere. That mask. I just can't find it.
Let's talk about that real quick to wrap this up. Let's talk about the mask. What is the best or your favorite mask in the series? Because that'd be a tough one.
I think my top 3 would still stay the same. Honestly, I think the mask is a big factor in. Agreed. Yeah, I don't think it would change for me.
I'd love to get Brandon's a little bit more thoughts on this. I love the clean mask look. Like that's why it's one thing I love about Part 3, but that's also why Jason Takes Manhattan is up there. I love that beautiful dark golden bronze mask. I love it. And it's such a great it's like the contrast with the dead slimy skin is lovely. I love it.
You know what I like about the Friday mask, and it goes to what you're talking about, Christian, is that deep yellow, it looks like an old hockey mask that was shellacked in too much polyurethane or something. And it's been sitting around for 30 years and it's turned yellow. That's what I love about that shit. It's kind of weird that it has the axe mark in it. That's a little strange, but I can let that go.
Yeah, it is weird. Maybe that was the part. That's like the Part 4 Halloween mask. It's like they heard about the legend of Michael Myers, so they made a ripoff, and they heard about the legend of Jason, so they started making hockey masks with axe slits.
Well, then I guess the next natural question to follow up with that would be for you guys: what is your least favorite mask? Like one you could just not that you could do without. I won't say that because I don't think any of them.
I have an answer for that. Go for it.
Regular
Jason X It's a little too boxy.
Same.
It's a little too boxy.
Nose is weird, man.
It's like a square nose. Yeah,
I do not like that shit at all.
Yeah, I wasn't a massive fan of it. I mean, it's cool in context that like there's no other mask like it, but it's just a little too. It's almost like they were fixing something that wasn't broken.
Yeah,
you know.
And we're talking strictly hockey masks, right? Right.
Just the hockey mask.
I think I could lose that one.
Now I like the Roy Burns blue chevrons, man. Don't get me wrong. You know. I probably should have put a little bit more respect on Roy's name. I probably should have bumped him up.
No.
I probably would have bumped him up a little bit. But then again, like I like Jason X. I like the look of Jason X. I like again, he had the jacket kind of thing and
put together
chain around his neck. Damn, Brandon.
I know it.
Brandon, how much do you love this franchise, Brandon? Is your favorite franchise?
I can't describe it. It's got to be because Jason's my favorite slasher icon. It's got to be my favorite franchise. I love Halloween, but it's got to be Friday the 13th, man. It's got to be.
This is my second favorite, and it's like within, I don't know, an inch or so of Nightmare. Nightmare is my favorite, but this one's like, I watch these movies even more than Nightmare movies. Mm. Like these are such comfort movies, you know.
I've been struggling over the past year, I'd say, with Nightmare and Friday. Like, I don't know which one is my favorite. Not my favorite, my second favorite. Like, because your description there is so true. Like, the Friday movies are just so easy to watch. They're so easy to watch. Whereas some of the Nightmare movies, the highs of the Nightmare franchise are so high, and the lows are pretty fucking low. But it's the same way with all three of these. Like, the bad is bad, but the good is so good. So I don't know, man. I feel like Nightmare needs a few more movies in its franchise. Like, it's just the quantity of the Friday and Halloween franchises, I think, make them both stand out a little bit more.
Yeah.
But I still think, like, I don't know. I would probably
tell you what, Nick. I will say this. I will say this, and I could take a bullet with this statement. I really could. Of all these movies, Freddy's Revenge is still probably, I think, the scariest and best of all of them. That's just me. I would take Freddy's Revenge over any Friday the 13th. That motherfucker.
Yes.
That motherfucker.
You're talking about the look or the movie itself?
Both.
Both. Okay.
I love Brandon. Let me tell you something.
No, look, I agree. Part 2 Freddy is the scariest Freddy. I made a video on that before. Yeah, he's
that Freddy. When that Freddy shows up, people fucking run.
Yeah.
You know, that Freddy could take Jason. I don't care.
Almost any Jason. Freddy could probably take Jason. Like, I thought, you know,
dude, that
Freddy could. Yeah,
Freddy doesn't give a fuck. That's not Freddy. Like, I'm Brandon. That's like a different guy. Like, to me, that's my new nightmare. That's like I was telling Nick this. To me, the Part 2 Freddy is like an even more sinister Freddy that was like escaping the reality of
because he broke the rules of his franchise. He could beat Jason because Jason could take Freddy in the real world, just like, you know, Freddy could take Jason in the dream world. But in Part 2, that Freddy breaks the rules and like is in the real world with his fucking powers.
He's a fucking devil, dude.
Jason's ass.
I mean, isn't that funny how we look at that though? Like, hearing you guys talk about it, I feel the same way as like we're sitting here going like, dude, Freddy, like, honestly, realistically could take Jason. But isn't it funny how by the end of Freddy versus Jason, we're like, come on, Jason, fuck him up. Like, we're rooting for Jason, but in reality, when we're sitting there, we're like, if you really think about it, you're like, well, Freddy should be able to kick his ass, like as easy as.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead, Nick.
No, I'm done.
I feel like in that it made sense though, because by that point, Freddy was in the real world, and like he didn't have the powers of Part 2 Freddy. I'm assuming at that point in the real world, so it made sense that he was kicking his ass. But the fact that he didn't obliterate Jason in the dream world before that point,
and I was going to say that he made him look like a punk in the dream world. I mean, it was like so one-sided.
Now, with that said, I have to say one more thing. I think New Nightmare Freddy would whoop everybody's ass.
Yeah, he's a fucking demon from
hell. he would give part 2 a run for his money, but I still think part 2 is he is the darkest depth of
Oh, yeah.
just demon fuckery.
And
I
he's
love
actually
New Nightmares Freddy
actually
too.
Freddy, where New Nightmare's not really Freddy, but
Dude, I'm telling you, that Freddy would people fucking haul ass.
My ranking for the big three, just as icons, not how popular they are, but just like my opinion. Obviously, Michael, and then I think Freddy, and then Jason. But as franchises, part of me wants to put Friday's franchise above Nightmare, but I like Freddy more than Jason.
I think most people would. I think most people would, and I think we talked about this. I think Friday, what they do so well is for 8 films, they never fucked with Jason.
The formula stayed the same, yeah, for 8 movies,
And people
for better
like
or
that.
worse. Yeah,
people like that.
Whereas Nightmare took some risks, man. I mean, it really did. By the time you got to the fucking 3rd movie in the franchise, it's like a bunch of people with dream powers fighting Freddy. Like, what's going on?
It got wild.
But it's awesome. They
But
took
I
a lot
love
of
it. Yeah.
chances. But it just feels almost sacrilege to say too, because you asked me a year ago, I would have told you hands down I preferred Nightmares franchise over Friday. Hands
Right.
down. But then last year when we did Crystal Lake Memories, I went back and rewatched every Friday movie because I was like, this has got to be fresh in my head.
It was
And-
junk food.
Dude,
Yeah.
every night I'm watching a new one and I'm like, dude, I'm having a good fucking time, man.
Dude,
Like,
that's me, but I'm telling you, nothing. I can't help but love Bon Appetit, bitch. Like that's me.
Yeah.
I love that shit. You know.
I don't know why, but one of the worst CGI bits in Freddy versus Jason, and honestly, it's so stupid. But when I think of Freddy, one of the lines that always comes to mind is "Got your nose," and I'm just like,
I wish you would have killed her.
oh yeah.
oh my god, I know.
Are we gonna
He
do
just-
the?
He
Are we
got
gonna
one
rank?
fucking kill in that whole movie? One.
Yeah. It's. I don't want to talk about Freddy versus Jason.
Yeah.
Are we gonna
Anyway.
rank? I say, are we gonna rank the looks of Freddy? You know, we could do that. That'd be fun.
I think we need to rank the performances of Freddy. I think that's better because, dude, let's be honest. There are like peaks and valleys. Not valleys like it's so bad, but I mean like peak Freddy to some people is Demon Freddy. Peak Freddy to other people is Dream Warriors Freddy, where it's the mix of the bad and the jokey. And to some people, the worst Freddy is Freddy's Dead or Jackie or Haley. It's like I feel like if we ranked the performances,
Yes.
I would really like to do that.
Do you want to do that, Brandon? Does that
That would
sound
be-
good to you?
As long as we can mix in like, well, I guess that's a fair one because it'd be hard to kind of do it the visually stuff because he changes are so.
Can we make it a
they're-
little bit?
they're
Can we
minute,
just?
yeah.
Can we make it more broad though? Can we just call it ranking the Freddys, and then you can factor all that in the
Yes.
looks, the
Yeah.
performances.
sweaters, the
Just-
gloves,
look.
the Burns look, the way he's played?
Because I'm a comedy guy, so it's just like I'm gonna want to give due diligence to some of the shit I love. Where's the fucking bourbon? You know, I love all that shit.
I
That's
will
my
say-
favorite stuff. I
will
love it.
say- I gotta say though, Jackie's not gonna be last for me. He's not gonna be top 3, but he's not gonna be last.
So what are we gonna do? Is like each movie gonna be a different version of Freddy, basically, even though it's Robert Englund kind of thing? Is that
Let's
how
just
we?
call it. Let's just call it ranking the Freddys, and you factor in whatever the fuck you need to, and
Okay.
then you put in. You
By
can
movie?
consider the look, consider the performance, consider the one-liners, consider the kills, consider just take each movie's Freddy on its individual basis. Factor whatever you need to factor in,
Right. Okay.
because I need to do this to where I can get my cake and eat it too.
That'll be the most interesting one we've done so far of these.
And the
3
funny
that-
thing is, we did Halloween first, and that was not by my doing. That Christian picked it, and it's so like if people are like, "Oh, Nick wanted to do the Halloween one first," no, hey, I'm all for doing all of these guys.
Dude,
mean,
I was reading some of the comments on that video, and one guy called us like goofball moron.
I replied to it last night. Yeah, I saw it.
I
And I
just-
replied to it.
I thought it was funny.
Yeah, he said as soon as they said part 5 was awesome, I knew these goofballs weren't.
We're
like,
talking out of their ass or
we're talking
something.
and I replied to it and said, nobody said it was awesome though. We
Dude, it is
know
awesome.
we know it's goofy, but we love it for that. We didn't. Yeah, I mean, like it's Nick Cage. Like, yeah, like that doesn't mean it's good, but I don't know. guys. Don't take these lists too seriously sometimes. I mean,
Take this shit seriously. Come at me, bro. Fuck you, Nick. Tell them to come at you, dude. Just tell them.
well,
Say,
I mean,
"Fuck you guys."
you've always, that I've said anytime we've done a ranking on this show, personally, I've gone to bat for many films that people have shit on me in the comments for. Let's not forget the Dr. Sleep freak out. Okay. I have no shame with my opinions. You're not going to change my mind. And no amount of mean words are going to make me go, you're right. I'm sorry. No.
Hey, Brandon, do you like Dr. Sleep?
I haven't seen it yet. Sorry to
Oh
say.
my fucking
Do me a favor. Watch it
I have a
before.
4K Blu-ray. I have it. I've had it for
Okay.
like 2 years, but I just haven't opened it up and watched it. I want to, and I haven't.
All right, so check this out. I'm planning this out so the audience can hear it. You're gonna watch Dr. Sleep before next week.
Okay.
Before next week. I just need to know how much you like it and if you think it's better than The Shining.
Oh, well, that's not even fair. Most people don't think it's better than The Shining.
Well,
of course he's not going to think it's better than The Shining.
Hey, Brandon has Jason Takes Manhattan as his #1 Jason. You cannot predict
It doesn't mean it's his
anything that
favorite
this
Friday
man-
movie.
That's true. That's
He
true.
loves Jason Takes Manhattan, though. He
But is
loves
it
that.
a favorite movie though?
It's top 5
It
for
is top.
you.
It is top 5.
It's top 5.
Okay, I
It
mean,
is-
Halloween 5 is top 5 for me, and that look ain't top 5. I mean, I don't know, man. I just look. I get it's a contentious subject. People do you do not badmouth Kubrick and Nicholson. I'm not. I fucking love that movie. It's a classic, but I don't know, man.
He
Something
likes
about
Dr. Sleep. What can he say?
no,
likes him
I
more.
love both of them. Okay, I do. I really do. People think that when I say that about Dr. Sleep, it's like, oh, how dare you shit on The Shining? I'm actually doing the opposite. It's like, dude, come on. It's like the silver prize and the fucking gold prize. They're both worth a lot of fucking money. They're both really, I don't know. What the fuck am I saying? I've already said Dr. Sleep more than 3 times. I only get 3 an episode, so I'm cut off anyway.
Well, Brandon, we're gonna start wrapping up. This was fucking awesome. Do you want to watch a Friday movie now? Like, don't you just want to just like cozy up and on the couch and
I might make some popcorn and put on Final Chapter tonight.
Final Chapter?
I might, yeah. Because
Come on, Brandon.
all this Ted White talk has got me in the mood
No.
for some Final Chapter stuff.
You know what you need to watch, Brandon? You need to watch Friday the 13th, Part 3 in
Yeah.
3D with popcorn and an Old English 40.
Quasimodo.
My brother threw up watching Part 3 with those 3D glasses from the DVD set, drinking an Old English 40. Like a champ, though, he threw up. He says, "Put the 2D version on," and we finished it. All right, so you watching Part 4?
I
You know
might.
what? I think I got to get some Jason in too. I might watch Jason Lives. I think
That's
that's the one
funny.
I want to go to.
That's funny that you guys are doing that, man. Yeah, I'm.
Nick's going to bed.
No, I'm not.
I watched Nightmare on Elm Street too.
Nick's playing SOCOM.
I'm watching Dream Warriors.
Dream Warriors.
Nice.
I did a revisited episode on my channel earlier.
I saw it.
tonight.
I saw it.
I
I
watched
did.
Yeah. And and then I was talking to Rudy, my buddy Rudy, about it, who watches the show. And he was like, "Man, your
Shout
video
out.
made me want to watch Dream Warriors." And I was like, "Yeah, it makes me want to watch it too. Maybe I'll do that after we film the episode." So I think I'm going to watch Dream Warriors.
I approve that. Fuck it, I'm watching some Freddy too. Who gives a fuck? I'm watching. I'm watching Dream Master.
Yeah, I'm saying Dream Master kicks fucking ass too.
It does.
Oh yeah, the good old Snappa.
Snapper
yeah.
cake.
Yeah. Hey, anytime I see these nightmare movies, Halloween movies, Friday movies with snappers, I gotta buy them. I gotta buy them. Yeah.
All right, so this was awesome. We got some kick-ass Friday lists. Everybody, let us know who you agree with. Whoever gets the most votes gets to pick a topic for a video. We'll do Brandon last. Nick, tell me what you've got going on over at the Lost River Drive-In.
Yeah. Did you forget?
No. I mean, I know,
know.
you're doing the nightmares, but tell people.
No, I meant the name.
No, I was trying to think of something to like change about it. I was gonna say Lost River multiplex or something, but I couldn't think of it fast enough.
Yeah,
so
that's fine.
I just said drive-in.
Over at the drive-in cinema, I'm still neck deep in my Nightmare Revisited series. That was requested by a patron. I made the mistake of saying, "Hey, if you become a patron, you can. I'll do any video you guys request." And one of my patrons was like, "Can you do the Nightmare series?" And I said, yeah. And Daniel, if you're listening to this, you're fine. I'm just giving you a hard time because you guys know how long it takes sometimes, even just when it's not even a long video, some of the editing that can go into it with cutting down fuck ups and adding in photos and everything like that. So, but I've been having fun going back and watching these Nightmare movies again and doing that. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm about halfway through that series. And I've been doing, Christian, I was saying this the other day when I went live. A lot of people in YouTube, part of the game is sometimes we want to capitalize on what's popular at the time. We want to talk about it. It helps bring traffic into our channels, especially when we're not channels that have 50, 60, 100,000 subs. But it's awesome for me with these new Halloween movies because I'm a Halloween guy. So I'm not selling out when I talk about Halloween. This is my bread and butter. So I did that Halloween Ends video the other day about the footage they showed at CinemaCon, over 3K so far in less than a week. I'm like, shit, okay. So yeah, you're always going to get some sprinklings of Halloween in there. That's that's my bread and butter. But right now I'm really diving back into Freddy. And then after the Nightmare series, another patron asked me if I could do Friday after Nightmare. So I will be going and doing the Friday Revisited after that. So the next 6 months of my channel are pretty fucking blocked off. That's what I'm doing.
Sounds good. Mr. Tabata Vision. Let's hear it.
I got a bunch of short form, 1-2 minute videos in the works. I've written 15 little scripts today. I'm going to get those recorded soon. And I've got, I got 3 long form videos in the works. I'm finishing up a 10-minute review of 3 from Hell. It'll be the channel's first movie review. That'll be fun.
I'm going to watch that shit. I want to hear your thoughts on that, so don't spoil it.
Okay, and I'm still working on the Let's Fix Jason Goes to Hell video. I haven't recorded it yet, but I'm tightening up the script. And I've got a long form In Defense of Jared Leto's Joker video coming out in Tabata Vision TV at some point in the future. So that's what I got going on right now.
Let me ask you something real quick, both of you guys. Because Brandon, you just mentioned something that's interesting. Do you guys write notes and stuff before you record? Because I always fire from the hip. And maybe that's why sometimes I have pauses or I have I'll say because I'm literally I never write anything down. I just go.
I write scripts, but I tend to usually I use them as a guide because once I start talking, I'll just start rambling.
Yeah.
So
usually from the hip, I'll maybe do cliff notes where I'll take a what do you call those little sticky notes, and I'll write bulletins. Like when I did the X, when I do a movie review, especially for a theater review, I'll make a sticky note bulletin stuff, and I'll put it on my computer next to my webcam, and I'll talk about alligator, talk about sexuality, talk about the porno. I'll just have bullet point things that I'll do. But most of the time it's fuck it. I have an edit button, so I'll just edit.
When I'm doing stuff where you don't see me on camera, when it's just overlays and just my voice, I'll usually just follow a script for that kind of stuff though.
Yeah, I actually just when you don't see me and it's photos or whatever up on mine, I just put the photo on top of the video. So
right, that's what I usually do. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I just fire from the hip because a lot of times I'm either talking about something I just saw, so it's very fresh in my mind, or it's something I'm very passionate about, so I don't really need to think, Right. But speaking of which, X will be out on Blu-ray, 4K. What, a week or two? It's coming out. Also,
you know what else is coming out next week? I'll probably be the only idiot buying it, but I can't help it. The Steelbook. The 40th anniversary Steelbook.
Oh no, you're
Friday the 13th Part 3.
I'm buying it too
for a low retail price of $12.95.
Yes, I'm buying it too. I have to. It's my favorite. It's my favorite one. Christian's counting down the years. He's got 6, 7 more years
till well, I've got
89.
I've got 9 years. I'm 30. So if that comes out in 89, it came out in 89. No.
You got 7 years till it comes out.
7 years. Yeah. Son of a bitch. So Brandon, if you haven't noticed, they're doing Steelbook. Paramount's doing Steelbook Blu-rays for each year. The Friday the 13th come out, which I'm so bummed out. That means next year we're not getting one. I have to wait another year to get the final chapter one. But I'm excited. Those are cool.
Are they 4K the Steelbooks, or are they just regular HD?
No, dude. Paramount does not go the extra mile. They're just doing
just
regular. It's just a momentum. It's almost like a trophy, I don't even think it's a happy birthday.
Is it? It's not even a new transfer.
They did the new transfers on the new collections that they put out
Yeah.
after the Scream Factories, but the Steelbooks, I'm pretty sure that they're just doing regular 1080p's because they're cheap. They're only selling them for $12 a pop. They'll be at Targets and Best Buys if you want to get it. But I can't wait. Can't wait to get that Steelbook art. So gotta wait 7 years to get the Jason Takes Manhattan Steelbook. But God,
You think they're gonna go with the I Heart NY? What do you think they're gonna do?
I think they'll do the red and blue poster probably, since they.
Okay.
I don't know. You never know. Who fucking knows?
Couple more Scream movies comes out, and they'll be able to keep. We got to keep Paramount funded for the next few years so we can get this. No, I'm just kidding. They're gonna have Top Gun Maverick later this month, and that movie's gonna do a fuckload of money. So
I bet it does. Anyway, so it looks like we have next week's video planned out, and I'll make that the Freddy Friday for next week. So next Friday, expect damn, that thing is amazing. That's actually fucking terrifying. Like, that really would freak me out if like, Trevor Morehouse.
there we go.
How many of those you got, Brandon? Like 7 of them.
I got 4 of these.
What are you doing with 4 of them?
This is going to be for Splatter Camp, the movie we were going to try to make. It was like a Friday the 13th.
Oh,
It didn't happen. So we bought 4 blanks and finished them.
look at that.
What's up?
Guys, we always say we're gonna
Episode
wrap.
working.
We always say we're gonna wrap. We go like 20, 30 more minutes. We hope you appreciate the bullshitting.
It's show and tell. I'm sorry.
No,
That's
you're
fine.
fine. Yeah,
We're here. We're here now. Damn. That is pimp.
hell yeah.
So tell me the process of working on something like that, Brandon. How do you weather and color and do that kind of stuff to a mask? What do you have to do? What's the process?
When I buy the blank, I cut out the holes first, and then I sand it with sandpaper, and I rub it against the concrete.
Do you use a sander, or you just take a sheet and go with your hand?
Usually a sheet. I use a Dremel tool for certain stuff too, but then I'll throw it against the wall. I'll rub it across the gravel, the concrete.
Sounds like I could do this.
Yeah, it's easy to do, and I'm not the best at it. There's a lot of talented people doing that shit. And then I paint it with acrylic paints and then seal it and make it look disgusting. But yeah, it's fun. It's a good way to get some anger out too, doing these masks.
Are you working on any new rehauls? Any more Michael Myers rehauls?
Not really. I had a guy wanting to commission another Tots rehaul, but he kind of backed out. But I'm going to be painting that AHG H4 blank soon, and I have a K&B Scream blank I'm going to paint also. So that's in the works.
Are you gonna do the Halloween 4 pink face?
I did one of those one of our own Mineshaft 88 masks. I did a pink mask a year ago.
No shit.
You guys know who AJ Good is of the House of Masks?
Yeah, I know the House of Masks.
I sent one to him for his Monday mask unboxing. He didn't ask for it or anything. I just sent it, and he unboxed it. And it was funny as shit because it looked white to him, not pink. And it was this big, like 15-minute debacle in the video. It was funny as shit. But yeah,
no kidding.
Yeah.
All right. Well, now we're gonna actually end this. I think we stopped. I think the Jason review ended. We finished at an hour. We're at an hour and 42. We love you guys. We'll see you, unless something happens. We'll see you next week, the following Friday, for the ranking the Freds, and it's gonna be fun. And if you guys like it, we'll probably rank the bastard Leatherfaces too. So just
the leprechaun. I'm just kidding. We're not fucking doing that.
No leprechauns. All right, guys. We love y'all. Have a great night. Bye. This has been a production of the Uneeda Horror Podcast. You need it, we got it. Thank you for listening.